Hello and welcome to another episode of Prototech Pursuit. In the last episode, we had some power issues, which we went ahead and solved with some additional batteries, as we can see here on the side of the Rover, as well as a hydrogen engine, a O2H2 generator, and some solar panels on our trailer. This trailer is probably reaching the limit of how big it can be without majorly upgrading its undercarriage. But that's fine. We've done all we need to do here. We've gotten our power. As if I jump into my Rover here and check on these batteries, I believe every single battery is full. Yes, we are fully charged. We are ready to go. Now, we need to ask a very important question. If we jump into spectator camera and just pop up here into the sky a little bit, we have some options on where to go. We're going to need to stay relatively near the river, or at least some body of water, because that's going to be our main source of power, is parking by a river or something to recharge. I could go back to that hill. We drove past it, and I don't know what resource is there. And if we take a look, we've got the cobalt there, nickel, there's the Horseshoe Oasis where we started. We have not explored that hill yet. So it might be worthwhile to head back and see what that is. We also can go across here, up onto the mountain, but a regional headquarters has spawned. And unfortunately, that is a GCTR. We have to go into the factions, and we have to declare war on them, because we can't have nice things in this playthrough. So that kind of blocks this entire mountain range, at least right around that regional headquarters, because I am not wanting to deal with that kind of combat yet. We are not ready. So what I'm thinking here is we pull back the conveyors out and put them back into storage. We pull out, we do a 180, and we head back towards that mountain. And once we're there, figure out what resources it has. And then maybe we're going to have to do some sort of like scout. I'm thinking maybe something we could do is create a little scout drone, scout plane, something about that is relatively inexpensive, that we can just build, slap a battery on it, and just to charge the battery, we just send it off flying, and we can get some scouting information of where we should go. But for now, I think we just need to get out of here. So, we have all of our things fully charged here. I believe we can just turn our engines off. We're done making power. We have our O2H2 generators. I'm going to turn off the large one. We don't really need this right now. I'm just going to leave the small one, making a little bit of O2, which is what my character is breathing here. Beyond that, the assembler and refinery are both on, but there's nothing for them to do. And our solar panels are bringing in a little bit of power right now as the sun has risen. We are not full. Okay, so let's do that. Let's make sure we are fully full on both of our H2O2 generators. And then I don't think we need to carry on any other ice, because I don't want this rover to get too heavy. And when we disconnect this collector here, the ice should spawn, and then immediately... Oh, that's not what we needed. The ice can just be put back into the water. And when you do that, when it spawns in, and then just immediately disappears into the water. Excellent. All right, so let's go figure out what's back at that other mountain. And let's see what our power is here. Battery is good for a day. We've got 1 day, 1 hour. Hell yeah! We have power. And we're going to get that mag plate. We want the piston first. I should set up a... No, I should set up a button for this, just to make this easier on myself. We're going to get a button out. And power. I must have had some stuff still on me here. Yeah. Withdraw some things here. We'll put a button right here on the rover. And this button here, I want this to do two things. We're going to switch lock on this, and we're going to reverse this. So whenever I need to, I just press the button, and it should do that. So I need a timer block so I can do the multiple actions at once. And we'll just cut this out here. Cut this out behind the button. Perfect. That way it's nice and hidden. We'll place it in there. Weld it up. So Mr. Thing will go to our timer, and it will go trigger now. And then we can go set up our timer. Timer block, which will be trailer park. I'm going to no delay, setup actions, mag plate, switch lock, and piston reverse. And now we can just go over here and go boop, and just unlock the trailer. Easy peasy. Alright, let us get going. Oh, we are a heavy rover now. Oh, we're hardly getting any speed, but we can activate the propulsion on the rear tires here. So we're barely able to push up to like 17 meters a second, 18 meters a second. Activate, wrong button, 4. And then immediately popping. Oh yeah, that feels way better. A lot more power. All right. Off we go. Back towards the other mountain. Unknown signal, what treasures do you hold? And please don't be an annoying one. Oh, it's the runner. Stay still. All right, come on. God, this signal is such an annoying one. Come on, I see the gyro. I think I'm making progress on grinding the gyro, but I'm not sure. Oh, I got the gyro, I think. Hey, threw that bit off. Is there another gyro in this thing? Oh, there is. Got it. God, these things are dumb. All for some graffiti boots. Actually not worth it. Alright, all cleaned up. Goods deposited. And let's continue on our way. Oh, I think I see... I can't leave debris. I see one more grid. Oh, it's the cargo container on it. Got some money in there. Very nice. And some better tools. Better welder. And a better drill. Awesome. Which I probably should be able to make some better stuff too, right? On the assembler? Yeah. I can build a better grinder. Da-da-da! Better grinder! We have upgraded all of our tools to the first chevron. Excellent. And now activate the trailer wheels to get us up to speed. Oh my god, the acceleration is so much better. And once we're at speed, we can turn them off to preserve power, as the ones on the Badger are enough to at least keep us at speed. But just a short ways away from our mountain adventure to go see what resources are here. Now, I don't think the trailer is getting up the mountain. Unless it's nice and smooth and we have a nice long run up to it, we're probably not going to make it up. So we'll probably leave the trailer at the base of the mountain, possibly, and go see what's up there. It'd be unfortunate because we'd have to bring down resources and, like, we'd have to take a load and bring it down, but this trailer is heavy. We might not be able to get up there, but we'll have to see. Alright, if there's a spot where I could drive up, it would be right here. This seems like the easiest spot, so if I can't make it up here, I'm not making it up. And this is with our full acceleration on. Come on. Oh, we're barely climbing this. Just barely. Down to 6 meters a second. Oh. Okay, we're doing it though. We're doing it. Hell yeah, come on. There's no way we could go straight up this hill. We have to do it this way on a fairly steep angle to the left. But that is allowing us to make progress. And it looks like we're gonna make it up the hill. Yeah, baby. All right. And now it looks like there's ore patches directly in front of us. So we should see what ore this is really shortly here. Where is the ore? This is a very good question. It has not popped up yet. Ore detector, you are on, right? 50 meters. Very good. Is there ore on this mountain is a very good question. There might not be. Like, not every single mountaintop has ore at it. And this could be one of the ones that doesn't. So looks like it's a miss. Or it's on another part of the mountainside. But we do have the storage depot 6 kilometers over there. So I can't really go that much closer to that ore patch. So, like, along the mountainside that way to see if the ore patch is over there. Like, if I just park up for a second, showing my spectator cam, I have this mountain area here, right? But if I go this way along the mountaintop, I'm going to run into the storage depot, and it got guns, and it could call in drones, which I do not want to fight. So I'd have to find a way to get around it to get up over here, which doesn't even look like there is any more ore there. So, I'm not sure. I mean, theoretically, we can continue along this mountainside and bridge over, and maybe there's some ore. I think that's what we try to do next. I think if we stay at this height of land and continue going that direction, eventually we're going to find something. I'm not sure when, but I think heading over there, maybe building a bridge, and then if we don't find anything soon, it might be wise to stop up, build a little scout plane, and fly it around and land it on some mountaintops and put an ore detector on it and see if it can give me some ideas on where different ores are. I think that might be a good idea. But for now, we're just going to head along this mountaintop and see what we can find. As I'm doing this long drive here, I'm just trying to think about what is my priority list in terms of resources. We do have cobalt. We have an okay amount of cobalt right now. Like 1,500 sort of thing. We'll be okay for a while with that. I think we need either iron so that we can really build. Like, if we find an iron something, like an iron patch, I think we build a mining ship or some kind of mining contraption. Has to be mobile, but maybe some drill rig or something like that onto the trailer here. and we drill out as much iron as possible. And then we can just go to town on building. Because we'll have a lot of resources for that. Or, the other one that would be really good is if we find magnesium. Because if I could go and start making a lot of firepower, we can make some, like, assault rounds or artillery rounds or something like that. A lot of autocannon. We could build ourselves a tank, some kind of vehicle, to be able to take out some of these bases. And if we took out a base, that would be the same as mining a bunch of iron, because we could just salvage from the base. Also, we could possibly start making some progress towards our Prototech requirements here, which, while we've had some success so far in the series in terms of just building up, we haven't got a single piece on our scavenger hunt. So I think iron or magnesium probably best. And from what I understand, there's like a single deposit of uranium on this planet. While uranium would be nice to find, it's not going to be required because, you know, whatever. We don't need uranium at the moment. We have got our hydrogen and solar doing their work. But for now, just keep driving. Oh, we've got a GCTR beacon 9.75 kilometers ahead of us. Oh, that could be bad. Is that on the... Oh, God, I got to see if this is on the other side. We can bring up the spectator camera here. Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not... It's really far from us, actually. It's actually really far from us. We are nearing this gap here. But it is actually past that gap on the other side of the gap. And so we should have no issues with that. Excellent. As here we are. We have reached the canyon. Now, I have no idea if this is the right spot to cross. If this is like the smallest spot or the safest spot, or I guess nowhere is really safe to cross this canyon. But I would need to build my grid across using... Oh, do I... Oh, can I make a bridge? Is that allowed? I want to say if it's just like a static, like, pile of blocks, it's very similar to when I was doing Season 3. This season has very Season 3 vibes to it, where I drove around Pertam, because this is Pertam, essentially. I feel like in the rule set, having a static grid that is just there to be driven on is okay. And so I can build a bridge across as long as it doesn't, you know, do anything functional besides being a platform for my vehicle to drive on. And the unknown signal I will just miss because it is in a bad location. But I think over here somewhere might be one of the better locations to get across. We just got to look for a spot where we can get over the edge without it being a rocky outcropping. Because there's several spots along the edge there where you have to get up and over this lip. And I do not want to have to do that. So, let's go and investigate! Ow. Frickin' solar panels hitting a tree branch. Get out of here, tree. You're not invited. Alright. I think we're building our bridge right here. Right here is beautiful. We've got that bit basically where that beacon is sitting in the terrain on the other side, we can shoot for that area, and it's relatively sloped, and so we can just aim across, starting from like right there, and just aim that way. And it doesn't matter where there around there we hit, because we can just drive up the slope on that side. Okay, and I say we do this in the most efficient way possible, which is going to be mass refinery. These are not going to be functional, but it is a cheap way of bridging with small amount of resources. Is you just build a refinery here, and we're gonna local align. Come on, stupid refineries. Free placement, please. We're gonna do this. I'm thinking this way, because you can build them like this way, but then I'm not sure we'll be able to drive across that easily. So if you build it this way, we'll definitely have enough width that we can drive across it. And then all you need to do is just... we'll just make sure it is relatively flat this way. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to aim it over there and plunk it down. And then from there, build it out like so. And if we give this a little dunk, get rid of this little bit of stone here, cause that to explode, I think we'll be good. Because each one of these only costs a single steel plate, and we get all of this distance. And we get all of that width. So we can make a fat bridge for only a few steel plate. Excellent. Alright. But now, unfortunately, we have to do the stupid bit, which is building off of this. Well, I guess we can use jetpack. So many times I've... there's no jetpack rules in this run. So many times I've been like, oh yeah, I don't have any jetpacks, so I can't. I gotta build it like Minecraft. But no, fuck it. I got jetpack in this rule set. Well, slight miscalculation. I am very high in the air and not where I wanted to be. So we gotta build this again. We gotta aim it further down. Okay, so this angle is not correct. This is gonna put me way out into the air. So we need something that is significantly further pitched downwards. Align our eyes with it. It's going into the terrain. Okay, we're good. Now we can build it out. We could have angled down a bit more, but we did it! We built the bridge! And we got another identified signal spawning in. These things, man, they are running out and respawning because we're not getting them in time. But we did it! We have a bridge! A bridge over very deep waters. And so hopefully that stays intact as we drive across it. We should be able to pull onto it, and it is wide enough for us. Holy f... Okay, wait. This is very, for some reason, very slippery. Why is this so slippery? Why? Oh my god, that was very, very slippery. Friction, 100%. Like, my Rover in the front is not straightening out. Oh, oh my god, this is frightening. Oh god. Okay, we're part way. Okay, we're gonna stop here for a second. Oh my. This is so scary. I maybe should have put guardrails on this thing or something. Hey! Okay, we done it. Okay. Why is my... Why am I stuck this... Oh, I guess I am stuck this way. Because of the... That is the only way the hinge knows how to hinge. Unfortunately. But I did it. I got across. Okay. We need to drive out of here, which we cannot without our rear wheels. Push me up the hill! The death bridge has been passed. Which I should mark this so I remember where I put this thing. Fly out to the middle. And we'll mark this up as the Bridge of Death. You can get a little... The Bridge of Death. And just leave it there. I will probably never come back to this bridge, but that is okay. At least I know where it is, just in case. What? Let's continue our way here. I want to... Oh! Iron! Yes! Oh my god, okay. I was gonna say, it looks like there's ore patches ahead of me. I wonder what's here. And lo and behold, we've got... Oh, the mother lode! This is exactly what we need. This is exactly what we need. All right. Let's pull out here into this nice open flat area and park up and start working on some form of resource gathering tool. And also we're going to switch to driving straight south, because then our solar panels have the best tracking right now. Excellent! All right! We have got iron! And it's 30 meters down. Okay. That's a little troublesome for some sort of mining drill bit, because I would have to make a fairly snaked around nested piston design in order to punch down 30 meters. So what I think I need to do is I think it is time... Actually, no, I did need conveyors on there. I'm going to need conveyors. I'm going to need connectors. I'm going to need landing gear. And we are going to start building a mining ship. And then we're going to have to think about how we want to connect this mining ship to the entire thing here. And I believe that will be through turning this into a conveyor, like, junction. And then putting a connector on that. And then landing the ship on that. Because I don't really see a spot, because the solar panels are in the way, for me to land a ship on here. I think that's the plan. We're going to build a ship. We're going to put a connector onto this thing here so we can land on top of us and transfer materials out. And then we can get to mining iron. Alright, let's get to it. So, first off, landing gear. I'm actually probably going to remove this landing gear in the end, but it's just obviously to get the grid started. Pull it up a little bit so we have some room for this. And I'm thinking we go as low resource as possible, because I am actually quite low on iron myself. Like, I'm going to have to drill down probably by hand and get a little bit, because if we just look at our iron, we have 726 iron. That's it. We have no other iron behind that. So we want to keep this as cheap as possible so that we can build it and then get it into play immediately, And then hopefully make a better one soon. And we're going to use what? Probably could use a flush. The two on the back, the large on the bottom. But just even a regular cockpit for now. We'll just get it done, and then we can build a cooler looking one later. Because on that cockpit, we can just put a single drill on the nose. Easy peasy. Coming out of the back of it is double. We don't need anything like an H202 or anything on like that on this grid. That can be on the other grids. So coming out of there, the doubles could just be a either go into a conveyor junction off of like that, going down, so that way that's using the smalls to connect to there, which is fine because that's just ores. And then we've got off the sides of it, we can do like mediums. Get cargo. We could do like mediums off the side, or theoretically, we could do like a modular, but I think we're getting too fat. I want to make this thing fairly light because it needs to be able to park on here, and I need to still be able to drive it around. So I think at max, even just 2 mediums or something might be it. Like, possibly a third medium is like all this thing will be able to handle. Because after that, we need thrusters, some Atmos, which we can go with sci-fi ones. And then we're going to need batteries. So we can have some big old thrusters like in this spaces. And some little thrusters for forward and back. But then we need to fit batteries on this somewhere, which will probably just be laid on top of everything. Alternatively, we can just do even just the one medium. I think we just make this thing as light as physically possible. I think we keep this thing super duper light. We are going to have a connector on the bottom here, like this, and that's it. That's our profile for this ship. Super, super light. We theoretically could even not have that grid there. Instead of a full junction, we can do a conveyor converter from the small here. Oh, not even that. Small to large. No, we don't even need that. Because all we need is some small conveyor. Here, I'll let you guys in what I'm thinking here. I'm not just talking to myself. If I do this, and I have this center point, I can put a cargo on there, a medium cargo, facing downwards, which will then allow me to do the connector on there. Very nice. And then this gives me a tiny space right in here for gyros, right? So I can go like gyro, gyro, and that's more than enough. And then out of the back, I can put just a single battery, because this thing is not going to fly far, and it's not going to be heavy. And I can just line the side of it with thrusters downwards, like right here, for our lift thrusters. And this thing stays small and light and thin profile. And then on the back, I can go thruster, thruster. And on the front here, I can go thruster, thruster. And that keeps us super thin. I like this. Yeah, this is the design we're going to go with. Just a nice, small, slim design. This keeps this as light as physically possible, just for now, and then we can get this hopefully built up. Yeah, looking at it here, I'm gonna need more iron. Unfortunately, there's just not enough iron on board for me to get this done without going down doing some hand drilling. But thankfully, we are actually at the iron deposit. Oh god, wrong button. I meant to press L. And that way, we can get some iron, we can get it processed, and it'll be highly efficient. And we'll be able to make our little mining drone and get it done. And we're all into the glorious iron. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Oh, yeah, baby. Man, I am so happy we found that cobalt earlier on in this series. Because if I hadn't been able to, I wouldn't have been able to make these grids. And wouldn't have been able to make any atmospheric thrusters. And so... oh, man. It's good that I found that cobalt. It's very good. We are very quickly running out of nickel, which is kind of scary. I'd have to do some more stone mining in order to get some more, as these motors I've been burning through are just eating my nickel up, which is unfortunate. Alright. Got all that successfully withdrawn. Should be the drill, the cockpit, and the gyros are already built. Then all we need to do... oh yeah, the connector and the cargo container. Then all we need is the small conveyors and one more thruster. And this thing's ready to go. Okay, so we need everything we need for a thruster, as well as some small conveyors, which I need to just put them on my build planner like so. Once that's built, as I don't want to put this back into production again, but I can just do this, and then I can go components into production, and then I can just add that thruster back into my bar. Like that. Yeah, that works. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Done. Successfully withdrawn. Should be able to get the thruster into position. And from there, get these 3 conveyors, which will allow the drilled resources to come back into the ship. And if I take this off, it should fly. It is on borrowed time. We only have 12 minutes of flight time, so we're just going to bring it down and turn the dampeners off. Let it sit on its connector. And now we need to do this part, which is replacing this rotor head and putting a connector on the top of here. So we are going to... we're going to take this advanced rotor part off. And this is going to roll away, so we're going to quickly deploy our brake. Good thing we made that earlier. And we're going to take this curved tube off. And we're going to put a conveyor junction on here with a connector upwards and a rotor head downwards. So advanced rotor part 3x3. Boom. Just like that. The bits for this. And those are the last pieces I have to put in production, and we have enough for them. Barely. We're down to 20 nickel after this. That's it. We just have 20 nickel. Oh my god. I have so few resources right now. And I'm just about to start to be able to build some real important things now. Cannot withdraw? Why not? Wait, why can't I withdraw? All supposed to withdraw. Okay, I couldn't withdraw through this thing for some reason. Conveyor junction built up. Connector built up. And now, what we can do is unpark there. Move that into position. And we should just be able to go to the advanced rotor and attach. Yes. Wonderful. Very good. And then from this guy, turn on his dampeners, lift him off, and move him over to plug him in. Park. Turn off the dampers because we're just going to waste power. Okay. And I think we reactivate this engine here and the H2O2 generator. And we're going to burn a little bit of that excess ice we have that we brought with us. And we're going to top up this thing's batteries, which I think it might need one more battery. I'm not sure if we have the resources for that, though. Because we are running out. Oh, we barely do. We barely have the resources for this. Okay. Okay, I think one more battery on the back here is going to be perfect. And then this thing will really be able to kick some ass. All components successfully withdrawn. Battery built. Okay. We are getting a little bit of power into these, but they do have their initial battery. So I think we're okay to do a quick test flight. We're going to grab our drill, and we're going to turn our dampeners on, lift off, and very quickly set up our bar here where we want our connector on there. We want it to switch lock, wherever that is. There it is. And we'll probably set up an event controller on this to get this to automatically recharge when we land it and such. But for now, we're just going to go probably just right off of our initial little drill hole here. Go down on an angle and right quick our way down into the terrain. And head off to go get some delicious, delicious iron. We have 15 minutes, 10 minutes when I'm thrusting of flight time. So we should be good just to grab a quick cargo load of iron and then plug in and let the system work while this charges. Alright, there's some iron. We're going to flatten out here. It's okay if I delete some of this iron because this entire mountaintop is iron. I don't really mind that. There's always going to be more. So we can just create some space here so we can maneuver. Alright. Let's go to town. Ooh, everything looks full. Excellent. Let's head back on out and plug it in. Oh yeah, when we're fully loaded, our flight time is only 9 minutes. We'll align up here and press 9, turn our dampeners off. And now that should be draining from here into our refinery. And the refinery can go to town, grinding up that iron and that stone that we have and getting it processed. A little bit of stone here will give us a little bit of nickel silicon, as that is always useful. But oh man, we have iron now, and we also have a little mining ship, which is very nice. And unfortunately, the sun is going down on us. That sounds a little weird when I say it that way, but the sun is setting. I have a very weird mind. Please ignore me. The only thing I can think of here that we're going to set up is an event controller on this particular chip that when it... Actually, maybe two. Can I turn dampeners off as a... Ooh, I could turn thrusters off when I connect. Because I could say, when this is disconnected, enable thrusters. And that would work. Or I could do dampeners on and off. I'm not sure if I can do dampeners with the event controller, though. So let's have to give it a try. But I should be able to get my resources right through this cargo container. Excellent. So, our two event controllers. The event controller parking and event controller... Oh, wait. No, both of these are going to be happening when this is on lock and unlock. So I actually just need the one. I need to go in here. I need to go battery. The two batteries that are on this should be battery miner, so I'm able to find them. And we can make that a group. And we can also go to the thrusters on here and go miner thrusters. Connector miner. There we go. So they're all named up properly. So now we should just be able to go into our event controller for parking. Miner parking. We want when a connector is locked, unlocked to the connector. So lock and then unlock. So when the connector is connected, we're going to action slot 1. So we set up actions. So it's going to be slot 1 is going to happen when the connector is connected, and slot 2 will occur when it is disconnected. So what we can do is do the miner batteries. We want to recharge on and then recharge off. And then on the second thing here, we want the miner thrusters to be, when it's connected, toggle off, and then thrusters toggle on when we disconnect. So what it should be, that if I press 9 here, I have my dampeners on, my thrusters will be on, that's fine. As soon as the connector reconnects, when I press 9, my battery, right, we'll just put my batteries here on a group so I can see their status, and we'll put that group of my thrusters here so I can see their status as well. They should be off and recharge when I connect up. So just press 9, off and recharge. Press 9 again, on and auto. Oh, frickin' perfect. So now this thing will automatically turn its thrusters off, not waste me any power, as well as recharge when it plugs in. Perfect little miner ship. The only thing I need here on is some lights, because I couldn't see frickin' anything down in that hole. And I need lights. So I'll put a couple spotlights on this thing and get some ability to see what the hell I'm doing. But I believe that is going to be it for this episode. We have made some good progress. We got our vehicle fully recharged in the last episode, but now we have a bunch of ores, and we are going to sit here overnight. We're going to mine a ton of iron, probably fill my cargo with it, and then in the next episode, we can figure out where we want to go from there, as we have resources now. The only thing I'm missing, I feel, is magnesium. And if I have magnesium, I can start doing some combat. So what I think we're going to do next episode, because we have this nice open area here, is we're going to build a little scout plane, either manned or just a little drone. And we're going to get up in the air, we're going to fly around, and we're going to land at some various resource patches and map them out so we can figure out where we need to go. But that will be in the future. For now, thanks for watching, and good hunting out there, fellow space engineers.